If you needed, I love that topper. If anyone can find that topper, will you let me know, because I want it so badly. I should have bought it when I had the chance. Okay, these fans are fantastic because if you need a floor fan, you usually have to get something super big and bulky, and it only works as that floor fan, right? But then if you want your table fan, it can't become the floor fan. And finally, we have a 40-inch dual option here from Bell & Howell. You are going to be able to use it like the floor fan that we want and that we need, because sometimes you're sitting in your seat. You actually want the fan to hit you, not hit your feet, right? Well, you can also use it on the table. It's fantastic. Did I mention there's a little remote and it has its own home, so you'll never lose the remote? Chad Allen is here.
Hi.
Chad.
Is this Lou's signature?
I got it.
Autograph? Sorry.
I'm going to take this with me forever. Look at how special this is. I'm going to make you sign it too in a second. Watch
My back's
out.
hurting a little bit, so I said, can I have a seated cell today? Can I present seated?
Oh, good to see you, Chad.
Been packing a lot of boxes. I'm here for your farewell.
Oh,
I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm so grateful to have you.
We're gonna have a good
Chad
time.
runs the place, man.
That's not true.
Chad runs the place. He's got CEO energy.
I have grown up with you guys. I mean, I've been here since I was 21, and today, it's my birthday. I'm 35 today.
It is? Yeah. Happy birthday! Bring out the dancers.
Where have they been all morning? That wasn't the point, baby. You know, it's nice to see Lou's last show and your farewell on the screen.
Oh,
so,
Chad.
yeah, but my job, Bell & Howell, been around 117 years. We're in 99 countries. This is like a fan of all fans. Metal pole, not a plastic pole. And we'll watch what happens. As I lower it down, it becomes like the fan you saw in front of you. I can go as short or as tall as I want. It even has a little, I'm gonna turn that oscillation off, but it has a little locking mechanism, so you're never worried about this pole falling over. And so then I can unlock it and bring that pole down and adjust this fan to nothing. And I can put it in my luggage or take it with me. And when I'm ready to use it, I can pop it up just like that, or I can bring that arm all the way up. By the way, that remote control actually has a little home right there,
I love
too.
the home.
All your buttons are there, of course, but I like to use the remote control, and you always know where it's at. You can bring that up, lock that down, and then this head will always tilt as far as you want it to, but it can go up to 40 inches of height all the way up.
See, that's incredible.
And now it can become a floor fan. And I'll tell you, because I use it, this is a perfect bed, like mattress height. So you put this at the end of the bed, and then you tilt it right at your feet, right? Where it's blowing up on you, and you know, the whole bed is cooled down that way.
Yes. Well, and we have our fans that can go on tabletops, and we sell a lot of little fans like that. But if you are sitting at a couch, right, and you're not putting the fan right there on the table in front of you, you're really only cooling off your ankles.
That's right.
If you're sitting at a chair outside, if you're sitting at the table, if you're at the barbecue, and it's wonderful if you want to cool off your ankles, but if you really want to cool off wherever your height currently is, you need something that has that height, that has those 3.5, 4 feet of extension. Well, those usually only came with the taller fans that you would never be able to put on a tabletop. I've never seen one that does both and does it so easily, plus the oscillation. And the fact that you can take it with you and it is completely rechargeable means this is the no-brainer for the camping. It's no-brainer for if you're tailgating or you're just out with the family on the back porch. And then it's going to be the same one that you're using at the perfect height there for the bedroom.
Rechargeable battery, but comes with a cord. You can leave it plugged in 24/7, but that's how you're seeing it in the garden. That's how you're seeing it in all the areas, is because it's rechargeable. Lasts nearly 6 hours on a full charge, which is impressive. If you're like, is that good or bad? It's good. It's really good, okay? It's taken us a long time, many years in the rechargeable battery space to be able to stand here and say 6 hours on the air. This is, you know, a foot away. I can be 5 feet away, 10 feet away. You're still gonna feel that breeze. It is very, very powerful. In fact, on the remote control, you have 3 different speeds. You have a low, a medium, and a high. And then you have your off and then your swing, okay? Swing is gonna be oscillation. And so oscillation, low, medium, high, and that's it. One power button. I'll tell you something, halfway asleep, I know where those buttons already are. My fingers know those buttons without looking at it. That's like your TV remote, right? Like you can just sort of reach over and be like, yeah, that's up, that's down.
Right, right.
I know this remote like that. That's it. You'll get used to it because this is the fan that goes with you everywhere. I have other fans. I sold one yesterday with, you know, and you know what? It was a good fan. It doesn't become a floor fan. Every fan has its purpose. This fan probably has the most uses.
Yes.
Because the most spaces you can use it in, because of the durability, because of the tallness of it, because of the breeze, how it really goes out. If you're gonna, if you have a side table and you're like, yeah, but I need it to point down because my bed is actually lower than my side table, you can tilt that head all the way down no matter where you want. I can go all the way around like this and I can tilt it straight down. This maneuvers in every sort of angle, every sort of avenue that you might need it. So now that breeze is going this way, but I can tilt it up if I'm going to like get ready in the bathroom, right? And this is on the bathroom counter and I'm above the fan maybe. This can blow right up at you, keep your skin cool because you're putting on the lotions and potions and all the stuff. This is the fan that's for you.
Yes. If you have a hammock, that's the only fan I've ever seen that will actually work for a hammock because it's not going to be stopped if it's on the ground. It's going to be able to reach up as high as you'd like it to be. Remember, this is not just that floor fan that's going to be 40 inches of height with 180 degrees of oscillation. Running for 6 hours. Our average is 90 minutes.
That's
I mean,
about
when
right.
he said if that doesn't sound impressive, the fact is when you're using rechargeable, when you're not paying for batteries, when you're taking something on the go and you want to use it for that 30 minutes or that hour when it's the hottest time of the day, a 6-hour battery life is unheard of. This is your floor fan. This is the fan for when you're all seated around the table outdoors and you just don't want to go inside, but it's getting a little bit hot. And remember, the air circulation also is something that bugs and mosquitoes don't like, so it's great for that. But then to fold it down to basically be like a pie tin.
It'd be like
it
nothing.
gets so small.
Well, this is the box.
Yes, this is the Mary Poppins fan. It's like you pull it out and it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that all fit in there. Look
You
at
would almost
this.
think it doesn't.
I know,
but
that's
that
wild.
fan becomes this, oh, it's on, so I can,
You could
know, it shuts
slide
down
that
to
under the seat in the back seat of the car,
That's
and the
right.
next time you're somewhere and you needed that coolness, you take it out and people would think, what is it? It almost looks like a smoke detector. Like it's gonna look like a little, smoke detector you would have on your ceiling, and yet, as it telescopes up, think of how convenient it will be, and even if you didn't charge it for a while, that 6 hours is great. You won't lose the remote.
No, it has a
Thank
home.
you for adding that remote home.
That goes right here. Has a home
Yes.
right there on the base, which is
It's
just
so
absolutely
convenient.
brilliant. And when you fold your fan flat, it covers it, so it's always going to be there. You don't have to like take it out when you fold it away. That's the purpose, my fold away fan. Except this is the pro version. You've seen me sell a smaller or present to you a smaller fan that wasn't metal pole and it was very compact. This is the pro. This is the mega. This is the one you want for summer, okay? The other ones have their place and their time. When it's 1,000 degrees outside, which most of us feel like every day, you're like, I'm melting. This is the one that cools you off. This is the one. Even the front faceplate, Bell & Howell doesn't stop anywhere. The Bell & Howell made the faceplate able to be removed. So there's a button at the top of that faceplate. You hit that white button right there, and you can twist it and take that off. What does that mean? Why am I even pointing that out? Because you can actually clean the blades. I want to clean my fan, okay? I don't want the fan to be all dusty and you can't get behind the grate sometimes, and then you end up tossing the fan away because it's dirty and you want to get a new one. You can then hit this button, twist the faceplate, and it will come off. I have ribbon all over this one for demonstration purposes, but then you can get to those blades and clean them. Rechargeable lithium-ion battery built in. We give you the cord. You can leave it plugged in 24/7 if you like that. Like I know people like to sleep with a fan on. You can do that. If you want to take it on the go, you're talking nearly 6 hours of breeze, and not a little light breeze. It is a real breeze. 3 levels, low, medium, and high. The high is about 10 to 12 miles an hour, and then you're able to manipulate this anywhere you want. You can lock that pole in place so you're never worried about it tipping over. But whether it's the bathroom counter, the kitchen counter, next to the couch, the best way to cool off your home, even inside, when you think the air conditioner is running, and you think your HVAC system, your central cooling is not keeping up, I've called the companies, you know what they say? Can you turn a fan on? Because if you're able to move the air around, it helps your air purifiers, it helps your HVAC system. We all know that. If you can't move the air, you can't clean the air, as Jim and Kent would say, right? And pets love it too. Don't forget your pets, your dogs, your cats, they have fur, they're super hot. You can get this on the floor right next to them to keep them cool as well.
And when you're not using it, or in the winter, it's going to fold down to the size of like a cake tin. It's so small, the way a cake pan. That's just, right. Is it clear that I'm not a baker? It's a tin, it's a pan.
A dinner plate.
It's the thing you make the sweets with. But this is the size that you're going to be astounded by the amount of actual breeze that you're getting from it. Even if you're not using it for the floor to ceiling, the 40 inches of having that real floor fan, which you could never be able to then fold flat and put under the couch and just not have to think about it. Even if you just have something on your nightstand or across the room or at the table, at the, there next to you by the side table on the couch, if you are just 3 inches higher than your other fan was, and you're trying to tilt it and get it right there, you can adjust this to that exact height that you need to, up and down. It stays put, it's not falling. I think that telescopic whole handle, it's really nice and rigid and easy to use, but it stays put, it doesn't tip. You will always have the airflow right where you need it. It'll last for hours and hours. You're getting it home for $11 and change. We have $15 off right now. I don't know when we're gonna be able to see this one again, but it's that portable, small, we do include the cord, portable, small, easy to use, but big breeze and the most versatile fan I think that we offer, because you do not find a floor fan that you can then put on the table.
And if you've ever seen a fan maybe similar to this, it may not have had a metal pole. That it might, might have been flimsy or might have tipped over. Bell and Howell made a metal pole, but also what we did, I'm gonna bring this down into the shot. Also what we did is create a locking mechanism. So you're able to lock that pole. So this piece right here, I'm gonna turn to this piece goes down, and so this pole can't fall forward. And so we looked at all the others that were sort of similar on the market. We said, what are the issues? Where can we make this so much better than everybody else that customers won't have a choice but to love ours? And that was one of the things. A breeze would come, that pole would just flop over. Or after 6 months, it loses some of its strength and it would just flop over. We gave you a locking mechanism, so you're never worried about that if you've ever had a bad experience. And then the metal pole, so you know it's super strong, mainly because the breeze is so strong that when it, before they actually got to the final version and it wasn't a metal pole, it would blow the fan backwards and it would fall over because the breeze was too strong. It would blow backwards. And they said, we got to make it heavier. We got to give it a metal pole, make it really, so this is our pro version, and it's the My Fold Away fan. Tabletop or floor fan, anything that you're seeing, anywhere on your screen, anywhere on the table, it's all the same fan, just in a different configuration.
Perfect for the summer months. Great price on this. And happy birthday to Chad Allen. Congratulations.
I like I'm glad I'm here on my birthday, actually. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than the Florida St. Pete HSN campus. With you. My hands are so cold, I'm sorry.
You have no idea.
I'm freezing. Your hands are freezing.
We're snow people.
We're icicles right now. We're just faking it. We're really freezing.
It's really good to see you. I hope your back feels better. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. I'll be back with Adam Freeman tonight. So.
Oh, lovely. You have to sign this for me before you go.
Okay, will do.
I'm that kid with the yearbook now. Okay, here we go. We're moving on to those tech impressions with Stephanie McKee. Remember I told you that if you wanted to turn the one outlet into 9 outlets, all you have to do is hello, beautiful.